Welcome back to my kitchen. And today I want us to make something really comforting and close to home. The weather is nice and cool, and today I want to make with you guys some coconut and cinnamon oat cookies. I love my oat cookies because they're nice and crunchy and they take out flavor really well and they cook so fast. And for today I'm going to take a spin on my favorite and I'm taking you on this adventurous journey. Karibuni, and I hope you like this one just as you always love all my recipes. We are all prepped and ready to go, and the first thing to go into our bowl are the dry ingredients. And the first ingredient to go in is my rolled oats, followed by the all-purpose flour, then the desiccated coconut, sugar, cinnamon, and baking powder. For the dry ingredients, make sure you use all-purpose flour, because if you use self-raising flour, it will do what self-raising flour does. It will swell up and your cookies will be like, I don't know, balls of ugali or I don't know what. Please make sure you use the exact flour I indicate on the blog and that I have said on this video. You can use fresh desiccated coconut if you have some, but I opted to go for the dried one because that's what I could easily get here in Nairobi, inland city, and I bought mine from the supermarket. I think, okay, I can't remember the price, but it's pretty cheap and under 200 shillings. Now that my dry ingredients are nice and completely combined just as how I like it, we're now going to go into our wet ingredients. And for that, we're going to use our molten butter, mala, and the egg. We're going to whisk everything together until completely combined. Now we have our wet ingredients tayari and our dry ingredients tayari. So the next step, we're just going to mix everything together, then proceed to bake our cookies. But first, let me tell you why and why not of what I used in my ingredients. First, I used mala instead of regular milk because mala is a lot creamier and it adds a much fuller body to the cookies, and it contributes to the nice moist interior and nice chewy interior we want for these cookies. Sour. But if you want to use regular milk, make sure you use more butter, and butter is quite expensive in Kenya, so I think it's a better option to just go for the mala. Sour. Number 2, make sure your butter is molten but not hot. That's because if the butter is hot and molten, it will turn the eggs into scrambled eggs, and girl, we are not ready to cope with disaster when it just unfolds right in front of you. Make sure the butter is molten but at room temperature. Lastly, now that we're going to mix everything together, make sure you work with speed because oats have a tendency to really absorb moisture very, very fast, and we don't want to end up with like ugali or something so solid, mawe or whatever. So make sure when you mix, go like chap, go haraka to the next step, which is putting your cookies onto your baking sheet. Don't start mixing them, hello, hi. No, focus, my friend, focus, concentrate. Mix everything in, proceed to the next step, which is putting everything on your baking tray. That's what you're going to do. And now we're done. Make sure you scoop out your cookie dough to just place it on your baking sheet just as it is. Don't attempt to flatten it or, I don't know, mold it in whichever shape you want. They will flatten on their own as they're baking in the oven. Speaking of the oven, my oven is now preheating at 175 degrees Celsius. And now we're going to place our cookies in and let them bake. I purchased my baking sheet from Carrefour at around 200 shillings for a 5-meter roll, which is quite the steal if you ask me. However, I have seen from Jumia their silicone mats which are more environmentally friendly that go for about 600 shillings. So make sure you purchase either one of the two, whichever one fits your needs. But if you can't find one at the moment and you have to bake right now, make sure you just butter your pan and dust a bit of flour on the surface, and it will be as good as using a baking sheet. Without talking too much, let's get baking. Woo! We can bake. In all honesty, my kitchen smells like paradise, and I know my perfect cookies are going to taste just as heavenly. Let's give one a try. I hope they're not too hot. Can you hear the crunch? Perfectly crunchy on the outside, mildly soft on the inside. You can taste the cinnamon, the coconut. They're just perfect. I also have to admit they kind of look like chicken wings, but they're cookies, so whatever. Don't forget the exact recipe quantities are on my blog, whose link is on my description box. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not. For me, it's now time to eat. I love my strungi, but today I have to give it a break and enjoy this one with some warm milk. I hope you love this video. I hope you attempt this recipe. Kwaheri!